And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
There's a lot of great deduction games out there. I love deduction games, but there's always that kind of difficult ground to tread where you have games that are fun deductive games for people who really like that sort of thing, but for most people are kind of, oh, what's going on? Or you got something that's too easy, like the original Mastermind. Well, Code 777, which is a reprint of an older game, also titled Code 777. I'm really glad they reprinted this game. I have the old version, but while I love the game, the components were less than stellar. They were using cards. In Code 777, the new version, there's now these really nice tiles. This is a production from Stronghold Games, one of their first, and it is absolutely stunning quality, a very good production to a very good game. Alright, enough raving about the game, let's look at it. The game is centered around these tiles. These are the tiles that are included in the game. Each of the tiles is a different number and color. And you'll notice that the different colors are also denoted by different shapes so that, you know, in case you're colorblind, you can understand it. Now, there's a very strict distribution here, and let's look at that real quick on one of these color score sheets that you can print off the net. You can see that there's 1, 1, 2, 2s, 3, 3s, and there's different colors. What you are going to be doing in this game is very simple. Each player is going to have one of these racks in front of them. This rack is actually not going to be facing you. It will be facing everyone but you. And someone is going to put 3 numbers in this rack. Your goal is simply to guess the 3 numbers that are in your rack. You can see everyone's rack but your own. And obviously, you can use a scoring sheet that you have to cross off the numbers that you see. But you're not going to see all the numbers, because not all of them will be used in the game. So the game progresses very simply. On a player's turn, they're going to draw a card and ask the question to another player. For example, this says, oh, on how many racks can you see 3 different colors? That player must give a truthful answer, in which case that will give information to everybody else. Each person is asked a question in turn order, and you keep going around until someone thinks that they know their 3 tiles. The order does not matter. You simply have to know the tiles. So if you said 3, 5, 7 here, you would be correct. You don't even need to say what colors you have. You just need to say the numbers that are on the tiles. Once you say that correctly, you show them. If you're right, hurrah! That's a point for you. But if you're wrong, you discard them and draw 3 more tiles, which means you're still in the game, but you know, now you got to start over from scratch. Once all the tiles have been revealed from the pile over here, you will flip them all over again, and you'll keep going until someone gets 3 points. When someone gets 3 points, the game is over. Well, obviously I like this game, and it might seem like there's not a lot of wiggle room to the game. You have to ask these same questions on these 20-some cards, and you keep asking the same questions, but the questions are really well designed. There will be times where someone will ask or answer a question, and you will get nothing from that. And there's different methods. That's why the sheet has 3 different pyramids on, has the chart here. You can keep track of whatever you see. You could simply cross off every number you see, and when you hear a question, try and figure out what you have. But I'm telling you, those with better deductive skills will do better at this game, but it's not so difficult that if you say, oh, that's not my style game. I encourage you to try this out. The questions are asked easily enough that the person who is answering them shouldn't sit there and struggle to find the right answer. No, it's very straightforward. Do you see more pinks than greens? Yes or no? You know, how many different colors do you see? Answer that with a number. And the sheets are helpful. I like the color sheets a lot, the ones you can print off the net. I think that the trays are great. I think everything fits really nicely in a box. This is just a superb game that will not leave my collection. One of the best deduction games I own, a very, very good reprinting, Code 777.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.